Jason here and Jenna from I Recover Treatment Centers. We are behind the scenes at the stables again for coffee with Bobby. We're going to be asking Bobby some questions about the last 2 weekends and just talking a bit about chuck wagon racing. In this interview, we're going to be doing, we're going to introduce Crystal and Katelynn. Right now we got some Army helicopters flying over, so excuse the noise right now, but I guess I'll get going with a little bit of coffee for Bobby here. So, I guess I'd like to start off with saying congratulations on Medicine Hat.
Medicine Hat went pretty good. The horses went well. We stayed away from the penalties and wound up not too bad.
Yeah, it was an exciting weekend. I really had a good time. Yeah, that was great.
Yeah, you put a good show on.
Yeah, you sure did. Yeah, it was a great team. Yeah, and you ended up in the aggregate 13th at the end of the weekend.
Pretty well, yeah.
Yeah, that was awesome. Sunday night's time for you, for those of you who missed it, it was 104.85, so a really quick run there on Sunday night. We're all really proud of the performance that went on there. So now we're in High River, the home of Guy Wiedek and the gentleman that started it all, really. Yeah. So we're here celebrating the legacy of this man back in the 20s, right? He started this all? Yeah,
he must be quite an inventor and stuff.
And it started at the Calgary Stampede, right? Yeah, right on. So we want to, obviously appreciate and celebrate Guy Wiedek today. We have been all weekend. It's been great. The crowd here has been really amped up. I tell you, the crowds go crazy when you guys are coming around that home stretch.
Yeah, there's lots of good fans here, that's for sure.
Yeah, so I guess without Guy, we wouldn't all be here, to be honest. It's pretty crazy. Yeah. It's great. So I guess I'd like to do a little breakdown on the last 3 nights, and I'll start with Thursday night. You had a great run. You're third. Your time was 1:20.58, which was a really quick one. The track, I noticed, was, would you say it was a little slower or a little more material on the track?
Yeah, it's a fairly heavy track. Yeah, there's quite a bit more looser sand and stuff on it. Yeah, no, it's a little bit heavier, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's interesting.
And then it's longer too than Medicine Hat, so that makes a difference.
Oh yeah, we talked about that a bit last week, how Medicine Hat was 5/8, right?
Half mile.
Oh, half mile.
The gates here,
this year is 5/8. Okay, great. That's awesome. Oh, hey, you know what? Okay, so we got questions coming in from the fans already, Bobby. So Jenna's gonna fire off. What do you got there, Jenna?
So with the wet conditions of the track last night, what adjustments did you need to make?
Well, we didn't really make too many. We just took a different bunch than we did the night before. The better ones, we thought, and you didn't really know where to run because the whole thing was wet. So we just tried to pick a good spot and go for it. That's all you could do. Yeah, they turned nice. It was real sloppy, but they still made it around, went up, because sloppy like that, you got to go a little bit higher. You'll hit a barrel or something, so you got to pay attention there, because you can't outrun that price.
Yeah. And when you're talking about going around the track when it's muddy like that, a lot of the water is coming down into that inside rail that you would usually want to have, right?
Yeah.
And so you would move a bit outside of that water.
Yeah, you try to stay out a bit because naturally it'll be heavier down there with the rail, on the rail.
Yeah.
Because there's more mud. Yeah.
Well, the horses pulled awesome last night, didn't they?
Oh, they went good last night. Yeah. We tried to stay too wide. We come out pretty good and had a chance to be able to stay too wide and stay off that heavy rail. And the time was a little slower than I figured, but still we won a race, so that's okay.
It seemed, when I went over the stats, it seemed like everybody, like all of the heats were slower than I've been used to in the last couple of weeks.
Oh, for sure, yeah. It's muddy like that. Your wagon's picking up all that mud. The horse has got to drudge through it and stuff, so naturally it'll be slower.
Right on. Well, the fans are really active out there, Bobby, out there in Cyberland. So I got to ask another question, or Jenna's going to ask another question from one of them.
Who washed the wagon this morning?
Actually, it was washed last night. Crystal got right on it as soon as we got done, because it's a lot easier to wash it when it's wet than when it sets up and gets hard.
Yeah.
She made a nice job, yeah.
Who washed you last night? You were filthy at the end of that.
I was pretty bad too. I kind of scrubbed up a little bit.
They hose you off out here with the horses?
Well, we washed all the horses, and I kind of got a shot every once in a while too.
Yeah. That's great. That's great. Okay, so Thursday night was a really great run. You came in 3rd place. Good time. And then Friday there was a bit of a hiccup there that I'm sure a lot of the fans saw. Can we talk?
First night we wound up second, I think, Jason.
Oh, second. Excuse me.
There was penalties involved there. And
That's right.
We wound up second.
Yeah. So even better. There we go.
Yeah.
And so then on Friday, Jen and I got onto the inside track, or the inside of the track, to watch that night. And when the horn went, it seemed like one of those front horses just kicked out to the left. What happened there?
Yeah, well, we practiced them horses lots this spring and stuff, and as we're racing, we always go out, we get track time in the morning. We thought we had them figured out, and I guess we didn't. The horn blew, the one just turned to the left, and then the back two, they kicked in. When they did, they just jackknifed me, and we were stuck there.
Yeah. Yeah, and so then at that point, there was no way of getting them around the barrels and getting out.
It was too late to get turned and get going.
Yeah.
So we had to just try to turn and get. We knew the other way was coming in, so we had to get out of their way before they come in, because there was no problem with the water. They come in, so we want to hurry up and get out of there.
Get out of the way.
Because you know they're coming, and who knows, it could be 3 wide, and there might not be enough room for them to sneak through. Did our best to try to get out of there, and then we wanted to run, but the one horse, he got a line over the neck yoke, and I knew if I ran I wouldn't be able to stop, so I just had to pull up and take the nose on.
Yeah, yeah. And so hypothetically, if you could have, if the line hadn't gone over the yoke and stuff, and you could have straightened them out, could you have done the figure 8?
Oh yeah,
and then you would have had it. You would have had a time. Then,
well,
right?
and the time, and then that's what helped me out in the average. It's see, they go on average time on the 4 days.
Yeah.
And once you miss a time, you get pretty well knocked out of the average. So
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, this is going to be a tough show for us. But if we can get a couple more good runs, maybe put us back in there again.
Well, you definitely did that last night,
well,
even with all that mud.
Yeah, we're trying, but we've been having a little bit of trouble getting the second bunch working. But we're going to try the second bunch again tonight, a different bunch.
Okay.
And we're going to keep trying till we get them working, because we got Pinocchio, we got to have them. So
yeah.
unless you got a big pocketbook to go buy some real great horses, you just got to keep trying with what you got.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I think this whole chuck wagon thing is a bit of a metaphor for recovery. You know,
yeah.
You get dealt certain things, you got to deal with it, and then move on. Yeah, yeah, for sure. Well, if anyone is an example of that, Bobby, it's you. No matter what's going on, you know, with your wins and the losses and things like that. Every time I come back here, you seem to be very consistent and very, you know, you take it all in stride. It's pretty awesome.
Well, you have to. Like, if you let it get you down, you might as well not be in the game, because there's going to be lots of days you're going to get down.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sometimes it's your fault. Sometimes you maybe done something wrong with them horses that you shouldn't have. Hooked the wrong ones or whatever, but you can't blame them that they're just an animal, and that you don't know what they're going to do, and they don't know, you know, from day to day. But you try to get the best ones together and make them work, and hope that everything turns out good. You can't blame them when things happen.
No. Yeah, it's not. Yeah, that's great. I think it's that positive attitude that you exude, that, you know, so many people, when I bring up your name, speak so positively of you, because you are such a positive influence on everybody else. It's pretty cool.
Well, you just gotta put a smile on your face, and you know, you kind of feel bad and stuff like that happens, but tomorrow's another day.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. One day at a time.
Yeah.
One day at a time. So last night, you know, obviously it rained like crazy all day long. And then just around, I don't know, 5 o'clock or something, 4:30, it started letting up. we started tailgating in the parking lot. I wasn't sure where the races were gonna go. Crystal sent me a message saying they were, so we were really hyped to see, you know, and the fans were just loving the mud.
They like to see us get muddy and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
And the footing was good for the horses, so everything was safe. So we just went out and did our best.
Yeah, you absolutely did.
All 36 of us went out and did our best. And that's all you can do.
Yeah, it was pretty awesome. So last night you had a, took the heat last night, which was great. You know, despite all the mud and everything else that was going on, you had a time of 1:24.99, which was great. You know, it was really exciting to watch you when you came back for your victory lap. I couldn't see the wag. The wag. You were in mud. There was just eyeballs.
Yeah, that's all there is. You're doing a race like that. But, as long as the footing's good and it's safe, like the driver, as long as he can see, you know, you try. Sometimes your goggles get plugged up, you throw them off, and then you can still see going through, so you're okay.
Yeah, that's great. And so
sometimes it's kind of fun too.
Yeah, I bet. I was like, I would have loved to have been out there. There's the people that were setting up the barrels too were having a fun time splashing each other and carrying on. Yeah, it was quite a scene. They were really making some fun out of it, which was great. Yeah, you deal with what you're dealt, right? Yeah, that was great. So we've got some more questions from the fans coming in. Jenna, what do you got there?
Is the track going to be better for racing this afternoon?
Oh, it's the way the sun is. She's getting hot here. I think the track will bake and she'll get past tonight. That's in my opinion. But, it's hard to tell, but I think the way it's going right now, if we get some breeze, the track will straighten out and there'll be some fast times tonight.
Yeah. So last night, in one of the beginning heats, I think it was the very first one, and there's, you know, all the wagons are coming in trying to get set up, and the horses starting to act up, and so they went back out again to reset. And when they went to reset, Dayton Sutherland's wagon, they took off a shot.
Yeah, no, they were probably pretty fresh horses, and stuff, and maybe his lines were a little bit wet too, and just kind of overpowered him and away he went.
Yeah.
But that happens too. It happens to us all. Like sometimes them horses, when they get a notion to go, there's nobody stopping them.
Yeah, they're just wanting to run at that point, and that's that. And they just went for it. Yeah. The crowd was obviously cheering them on a bit, and as they were coming around, and then the outriders eventually, I guess, caught up to them and slowed them down a bit. But then I noticed he went off the track. Why didn't he race?
Well, they'd already run their race. Like once you go around once, that's considered. You know, the horses have already done their part because they went around once.
Okay.
You're only allowed to race your horses one time around the racetrack.
Oh, okay. So that's
safety
rules.
Safety of the horse. Yeah. That's what they're conditioned for. If you go more than that, you're bound to wind up with something happening.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting. So safety of the horses. Safety of the horses seems to be a big thing. Every conversation I have, people are always concerned about the animals, and it's awesome to see.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Like you look after them because that's your bread and butter, and you know, you try to keep them as sound and as all the little nicks and stuff. You try to keep them all doctored up because you know, you got to have them. If without them, you don't have no race.
Yeah, healthy horses is a good race. Yeah, absolutely. So speaking of the horses, you know, a lot of the fans have been wanting to get to meet some of the horses and do a bit of a tour of them. So I asked Crystal, your fiance, and Katelynn, your barn hand, to come in and join us and take us for a tour. They were graciously agreed to take us for a tour, so I think I'm going to bring them in now and introduce them to the fans. If any of you fans have any questions out there, fire them away for both of them. We're going to do a little tour of the barn, and they're going to introduce us to some of the horses and talk horse. So
okay, yeah, that sounds good. Thank Jim for I Recovered, and you guys for doing such a good job, and all the friends and family and fans for all the support. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Bobby.
You bet.
Good luck tonight.
Thank you.
Yeah. So you guys want to come on in here and take a seat? And no, they don't. So they're a little nervous, but I understand. You know, it's kind of like that. Now, how do you take your coffee there, Crystal?
1 and 1.
1 and 1. All right. So we brought down some coffee as usual, so we can have a little chat. And now I'm dropping your sugar right in there. 1 and 1, but no wrapper, right?
No wrapper.
Yeah. We'll just get rid of that and start again. All right. Let's just start fresh. So. Yeah, and you're not a coffee drinker, all right? You're a water drinker.
Oh, it's a water.
So here's a lovely I Recover water there for you. Yeah, and so where are you from, Crystal?
Originally from BC, came out to Alberta 10 years ago. Met Bob.
Oh, okay. What brought you out to Alberta?
Visit my sister, met Bob, and never went back.
Love, eh? Funny
Yeah.
thing that is, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll make us do all kinds of things. That's nice. Well, that's awesome. And Katelynn, where are you from?
I like to call myself a
Thank
gypsy
you.
because I kind of float.
Yeah.
Lots of traveling. I mean, I'm 20, I'm young, right? So now's the time to do it.
Yeah,
So I
absolutely.
don't really have a hometown,
Oh, okay.
I guess.
Cool, yeah. So you just work the circuit and obviously you told me you were going to school as well, right?
Yeah, we're going to college. Me and my boyfriend are going to university as well, so
Great.
we live in Airdrie. So
Okay.
that's-
Very cool, very cool. Oh, so we got questions pouring in from the fans already for you guys. You guys are popular. Go ahead there, Jenna. What do you got?
Actually, I have a question for Jason. Are you nervous being surrounded by the ladies right now?
I'm always nervous as soon as that camera goes on for some reason. I don't know what it is. It's a pleasure to be with these ladies, I tell you. Every time I come down here, they're working flat out. This is really sun up to sundown and then some sort of prospect, and I just really have a tremendous amount of respect for these ladies and the work they do, and obviously putting up with Bob too, right? Yeah. And so you said 10 years, right? Have you been working with horses for 10 years too?
Well, I grew up with horses.
Oh, okay.
But not
so always.
thoroughbreds. They're a totally different breed.
Oh, okay.
Quarter horses.
Quarter horses.
Yeah.
Would a quarter horse be the horse that they were riding at the beginning of the show when they
Yeah.
got the flags and everything?
Yeah.
That seems to be a stockier body
Yeah.
and shorter legs.
Shorter. Yeah.
Okay. And is
They're,
that?
they're much more well-mannered than a thoroughbred.
Oh yeah, I definitely noticed these thoroughbreds have a bit of attitude.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're a funny breed. Yeah, yeah. Oh, and we got more. Look at all these questions coming in for you guys. Go ahead, Jenna. What do you got?
Okay, so it's a question for Crystal. Before moving to Alberta, were you involved in horse racing at all?
Not at all. Just since I met Bob, that's about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right on, right on. So, in working with these horses, the thoroughbreds that are back there, do you have a favorite horse?
Yes, humble.
Humble. Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Is he humble or is that
No, he's humble.
yeah.
He's good. We had one last year that was my favorite, Stevie, but he passed,
Okay.
and Humble was his partner. So I've taken on to Humble, and
Okay.
yeah.
Cool, cool. And Katelynn, do you have a favorite horse here?
I do. He's the quirkiest horse of them all.
The quirkiest horse of us all?
Yeah,
What's his name?
His name is Shooter.
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 Okay, why? What about that horse do you like?
He's just always moving, and he's kind of a handful, but he's super sweet. He likes kisses.
Oh,
Don't tell
nice.
Bob that. He
Yeah.
does like kisses.
Yeah, that's nice. That's funny. Okay, so do you guys have like a pre-race routine and a post-race routine that you can talk to us about a bit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So about noon we feed oats.
Oats?
Yeah, they got their noon oats, a scoop of oats each.
Oh, okay.
Then at 4 o'clock I go in, I take pails down and tie the heads up at the ones that aren't racing so they can't get any, they gotta empty themselves out before race.
Oh, yes, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
You want a light horse.
You want a light horse, yeah.
Yeah.
And then about 4:30 Katelynn comes over and we start cleaning
the
barns,
barn and-
brushing horses, picking teeth.
Picking teeth?
Feet.
Oh, picking feet. Oh, okay,
I
picking
ain't
teeth. I was
picking
like,
their teeth.
you're doing some dental work back there, are you?
Yeah.
Picking their feet, so cleaning out the inside of like the horseshoe and stuff like that.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
making sure that all the shoes are on right, that
Yeah.
shoes aren't crooked, because that's, you don't send those horses because it's not safe, and
Yeah.
make sure there's no rocks, and
Okay, yeah.
yeah.
And so if a shoe is on crooked, you're going to take that off and reapply it, or?
We call it the farrier.
Oh, you call the farrier.
We call
Brendan.
Brendan.
Brendan
Yeah,
comes
Brendan,
over and
yes.
reshoes it.
Yeah.
Okay, and that would have gone cockeyed maybe in racing and stuff like that?
Or just in the mud in the pan that can come loose. It's a suction in that.
Oh yeah, of course. Right on. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I've lost many a shoe in the mud hiking and stuff like that. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, cool. So I wanted to talk a bit about the roles of the horses. you know, they've got the two at the front, which are called the lead. Is that right?
Lead horses.
The lead horses, and they're doing some steering as well. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the two at the back are they? Would you say they're typically larger, stronger horses?
Typically they are. They're the powerhouse that tries to get the leaders going.
Get the
punch out.
wagon moving
Yeah.
at the horn and
Yeah.
get things going.
Yeah.
Right on. Cool. Oh, and we've got more questions. Let's go to the fans. What do we got there?
Okay, we have a question for Katelynn. What is the hardest job as a barn hand?
I don't know. I don't think that there is one because I mean,
Come on, dealing with Bob.
dealing with Bob.
Dealing with
It's gotta be it.
Hey, I gotta. So at the end of Medicine Hat,
Yeah.
we came over on Sunday night, Mitchell and I, and we were talking about, you know, the great race that they had and everything. And,
Yeah.
you know, you guys were saying that the horses get a carrot, so does Bobby.
Yeah.
Bobby get his carrot last Sunday?
Yeah, he
Yes.
did. Yeah.
That's great. Yeah. I guess it must be interesting as a team being together all the time and having to, you know, go from place to place and work together daily. You know, I guess, you know, it takes a certain type of people to be able to do that.
Yes,
I mean,
it
and
does.
stick with it. Yeah. And also, I guess being, you know, fiancés and stuff like that, that adds another dimension to it. Living together and
Oh,
stuff.
yeah.
Yeah. That's you know, it seems like a lot of families and partners and stuff are all in this community, and it's pretty cool the way
It is.
everybody supports each other. Yeah. Could we go for a tour of the barns and can you introduce us to some of the horses?
You betcha.
Awesome. Okay. Ready, Jenna? Should we go back to the
Yeah,
barns
let's
and
do
do a
it.
little tour? All right, come with us, guys. Let's go. Should we go this way?
Yeah, we're
All
going
right.
that way.
All right. So basically, this barn is assembled and connected to the trailer that's going to haul the horses in, right?
That's right.
Right on.
Yeah,
And how
and every
long?
show we pull it out and then roll it back up when we go.
Okay, and how long does that take, like the assembly of this barn?
Well, to set up, like when you get to your destination, it's about a 4-hour setup and about a 4-hour tear down
Wow.
each show.
Yeah.
Like to get everything assembled in here, pails out, everything.
Yeah. Right on. And how many horses are in here right now?
10.
10 horses. And now,
Well, one's outside.
One's
We're
outside.
not using them.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
And so
there's
these
not
are the
enough.
horses that you'll be utilizing these. Will any of these be racing tonight?
Yeah.
Yeah, 4 of them in here will be racing.
Oh, okay, cool. Right on.
So he'll be racing. This guy at the end.
Yeah.
It's Shadowbox.
Shadowbox?
Next.
And what does Shadowbox do?
He's a leader.
Okay. And do they always is he always on the right or always on the left, or do you change it up, or how does that
Yeah,
work?
Bob changes. He believes that that every horse deserves a chance, so he
Yeah.
puts him everywhere. And
Oh, they'll change all positions.
oh yeah,
We try him everywhere. We
Oh.
haven't used him that often, so we're trying to figure out his spot.
Oh, okay.
Shooter
Right
quit.
on. Right on. And who's this next horse then?
that's Shooter.
Shooter. Oh.
That's my favorite. Yeah.
Yeah. Is Shooter gonna kick me there? He was like had that leg up. I was like,
Well, you never know in the barn. You always got to be.
yeah, you got to be careful and watch and
Yeah.
let them know where you are and everything,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. And so,
Shooter's on the good outfit. He is right lead.
right lead. Oh, okay.
I can tell you that one.
Yeah, right on. Cool. And so I think we've got another question here from the fans out there. What do you got, Jenna?
Have either of you ever considered driving?
No.
No. Oh, okay.
That's simple.
Yeah. And so are all of these male horses
All geldings. Yeah, they're all
geldings?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Right on. And so do they ever have female thoroughbred horses?
Chris Cunningham has one female on his racing team.
Oh, okay. Neat.
But I'm gonna say this. That's difficult because you give them a shot or a pill
Yeah.
because they come into cycle and then these guys will go nuts.
Oh,
So
yes.
that's why mainly they're all gelded.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're not getting distracted by
Yeah, they're
by
gonna be
nature.
a race.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We all get distracted by that once in a while, don't we? Cool. And so maybe can we go down the line? Can you introduce us to some more of these horses?
Sure.
Yeah. Cool.
This is Cooper.
Cooper.
He's new.
Okay.
So we're trying to figure out where he goes. It's usually, we've had him on the wheel, we might stick him on the lead.
Okay.
And then this is Magic.
Magic.
He is on the wheel.
Okay, right on.
Yeah. Of the good hook.
And on an average, how old are these horses?
I think 8 to 10.
8 to 10, yeah. Okay.
That's a question for Bob.
Yeah, right on. Hey, is Bob around? Oh, there's Bob. Hey, Bob. I got a question for you.
Yeah.
I was wondering about the ages of some of these horses. Or could you give us an average of how old the average chuck wagon horse is?
This guy, he's an older boy, but he's probably the oldest one we got. He's 17.
Yeah.
This guy's 13. The rest are all anywhere from, this guy's 7. They're from 7 to 10.
Right on.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. And so, how old, like, what's the oldest horse you've ran?
Oh, some can race right up to 21, 22 years old. I've seen them.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's amazing.
We had an outriding horse that was 20, 21 in Arizona that we raced, and then finally we let him have the pasture.
Yeah. Just got to live it out. That's great.
Yeah.
And so, obviously, you guys know these horses, and they all have their personalities and their looks about them. I'm sure you can identify them. But for someone who can't, like, would a horse like this have papers, or is there a way to identify a horse when you're buying a horse or selling a horse?
Yeah, most of them all come with papers, and they'll have their ages on there, and their track record, how fast they run on the racetrack.
Oh, wow, okay.
And stuff like that, and how much money they've made.
Wow.
Their life on the racetrack.
CRA keeping track of these guys?
Well, we keep track a little bit.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, we like to know if they've been a winner or what they've done.
Oh, okay,
How many wins they've had and stuff like that.
Yeah. And so, is there markings on them that you would be able to
tattoo, all the thoroughbreds get their lips tattooed, and there's a number on there. Every horse got his own number. And you can read that number too, and then put it on the computer, and it'll come up and tell you exactly what that horse done.
Oh, cool. Oh, great. Interesting. Just like kind of like a car. Yeah, VIN number on a car sort of thing, right?
Yeah.
Right on. So I noticed like some horses are in here, and some horses are out there in a little fenced off area. What's going on out there? Are they just chilling out there, or?
Well, they're the outriding horses, and
Oh, okay.
they like to stay out and get exercise more. Like you don't want to feed them too heavy like your wagon horses, because they've got to be really controllable for your outriders.
Okay.
So they like to give them a little more exercise, keep them a little calmer.
Right on.
And stuff, just so for safety wise for the horse and safety for the outriders too.
Yeah.
Just if you take a goofy horse out there, the outrider can't control him. Naturally, he's going to let him go.
Yeah.
Because he's too goofy, and then you're running out there with a loose horse. You don't want that. So you try to keep them guys out there as calm as you can, and they like it out there. They'll in the sun they'll lay out and stuff.
Yeah. I noticed a lot of them were just chilling out this morning when we were coming in, laying down, taking it easy. Yeah, that's cool. So we've got some more questions from the fans here. You want to fire one away there, Jenna?
So this question is for Bobby. What is your favorite part of the track?
Oh, the barrels are probably the most exciting ones. The barrels, and then the home stretch dry. Like if you got a shot to move from say last position to go up to the front, if you got lots to run, that's a lot of excitement too.
Okay, and do the outriders ride your horses, or is it their own horses?
No, they're all our horses. Yeah, so we gotta we gotta look after them too and stuff. The outrider, he just comes and he does his job, and either throws the stove or holds leaders, and we maintain the horses for him and try to give him the best horse we can so he can do his job.
Cool. Right on. So, would we be able to see some of the equipment or bridles and things you guys use? Can we?
Right here.
Right behind. Oh, they're right behind us. Hey, Jenna, can you come up here and get a shot? Maybe. Katelynn, can you talk about what's going on here and how this goes on and what we got here?
Oh boy.
Yeah.
So, this is called a harness. And then we got collars in the... So, it goes on the horse like this. This is the front end, this is the back end.
Oh, okay.
So they have collars.
Yeah.
With big leather
This is going over the shoulders, sort of,
pads,
over the back.
kind of. So
Yeah.
you put this on the collar and then you fasten it at the bottom. And then this is their belly band, so just make sure nothing slides. And then that is called a crooper, and it goes around their tail.
Okay. And that secures this all to
That
it.
secures it all. You
And
bet.
so, do the reins attach to this? Is that what?
So the lines, which we don't have any lines in here, but
Okay.
you feed it through,
Yeah.
and then you tie. Imagine this is your head, you rattle.
Yeah.
You put it through here, and then you hook it up to the bit.
Oh, the bit. Oh, yeah,
rattle.
of course, into their mouth.
And then
Yeah.
that's how you steer them and stuff. And there's
Yeah.
4 lines. So the leader lines are a bit longer, and the other lines are a bit shorter. And when you hook the horses up to the wagon, the lead lines go through. There's rings on all the wheelers, halters, and you just feed it through that ring so that it's secure. It's secure, stays up.
Cool.
Yeah.
Right on. And so, when it comes to bits and things, is this assembly all the same for every horses, and then does the bit change?
This part is, but the bits change.
Okay. And what's the difference in the bits?
Well, some are a little nicer. Some are give you more control.
Oh,
It really
okay.
depends on the horse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It sort of depends on the horse what kind of bit you're going to use on them, depending on their style.
A lot of them are just snaffles. Those are like basic.
Yeah. Right on. Very cool. So we've met these 4 horses. What about these? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more horses in here. Can we get introductions here?
Yeah.
Well, that's kind of friendly, isn't it? There we go.
This one's Humble. This is my favorite.
Okay, nice. That's a handsome horse.
Yeah.
Wow. And how long has Humble been racing?
Well, with us, this is his 4th year.
Okay.
All these horses that we have, we bought 4 years ago.
Okay.
Most of them. Some of them are new. Like we just got him in the spring.
Yeah.
Magic.
Right on.
And then this is Sage.
Yeah, Sage.
Yeah. He can go either lead or wheel.
Yeah, lead or wheel. Yeah. Okay.
And this is Reflection. He's on a good outfit. He's a lead horse. He goes
Okay.
a shooter.
Yes.
They like to fight lots.
Oh, so you keep them separate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we got Barkley. He can go anywhere on the wagon also.
Yeah, he's universal. Right
Yeah.
on. Cool.
And same with Warrior at the end here.
Oh, right on. Nice. Can we go out that way and take a look at some of the outriting horses?
You bet.
Cool.
I have a question for Bobby from a fan.
Bobby.
Oh, there.
Sorry, we got more. We're trying to get away on us, aren't you? We got another question for you.
Okay.
So, Bobby, what is your best piece of advice you could give young new drivers?
Well, it's a tough game to get into. Like we need new guys coming up for sure. But my advice would be is to go and get 4 horses and learn how to drive them, and get comfortable with them, stuff you can handle, and then work your way up from there. Get buying some different ones and stuff like that. After that, when you get some, keep doing lots of driving. And just take your time. Maybe go with a smaller association to start with. Get a couple years in there, and then see how you make out there. And then as you're getting more competitive, then work your way into the bigger stuff.
Great. Awesome. Cool. Well, can we meet some outriding horses now?
Yeah.
Right on. Let's go on out there.
Okay, this is Timo.
Okay.
He's usually a wagon horse, but we're gonna try and outride him.
Okay.
And this is Bag Shot.
Oh, that's Bag Shot.
There's
That's Brendan's
Bag Shot,
favorite.
yeah.
Brendan's favorite horse.
He's
Oh.
hard to handle going to the track and when he comes off, but he does his job. So.
He runs out real
Yeah.
quick, eh? Yeah.
And then this is Chief. This is our other outriding horse.
Cool. Nice. They seem very curious.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, right on.
And then we got Max and Johnny in the back there.
Okay. Well, I'd like to thank you guys for taking us on the tour today and sharing all your information with the fans. It's been a really cool experience. I tell you, since being on this tour, it's been really an awesome experience for me, I can tell you. And I'm sure all the fans are really digging this opportunity to meet you guys and ask questions. And hopefully we can do this again.
All right. Well, thank you very much, you guys.
Yeah, thanks for coming out this morning, guys, for the
And
coffee.
awesome videotaping the races. Love them.
Oh,
Yeah.
thanks.
I just got a shock. The fence is
I'm trying to do it. Yeah. Oh, so this fence is electric fence.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Right on. Yeah. So, Thanks to all the fans out there for tuning in today. We're going to do this again next week and bring in some more people to interview and talk about chuck wagon racing. On behalf of iRecover Treatment Centers, you know, remember, when it comes to addiction, there is a way out. iRecover Treatment Centers at iRecover.ca. We'll see you next week. Oh, actually, we'll see you later on tonight. 4 o'clock live feed of the final race from High River tonight. See you there.